Hello there and welcome to the Queen's Curry Kitchen. You are again in my kitchen in Queens, and today we are making something that we started yesterday. If you remember the restaurant style sauce that we made in bulk yesterday, do you remember this? Yes, you were with me, right? So today we're doing part 2, and I'm actually going to show you how we're going to use it to make a fantastic dish. Let me quickly flip the camera so you can see all the lovely ingredients that we have lined up, but I will actually get the cooking process started first, only because my pan is really hot and I just want to not wait anymore. So I'm going to get it started. I've added a little oil to the pan, and because we're doing a restaurant style vegetables alfrezy, we have to add butter. So a little butter, a little bit of oil, some cumin seeds. Say hi if you're tuning in. Thank you for joining me. A little garlic. So we're using the ready-made sauce that we made the large batch of. And basically I'm going to keep showing you how we can use this sauce across the board and create new and different dishes every single time. Okay, so this is going to be sauteed. Let me quickly show you all the other ingredients. Now, I told you yesterday that I had a huge lot of bell peppers that my husband got from his restaurant pantry, and I didn't have the space to put it. So what I did was I cut them into big pieces, and then I just charred them a little bit with oil and sauteed them in my wok. And then I put it in a Ziploc bag and froze them. So I'm actually just going to use some of those today. So I've actually taken these and cut them a little small. This is what they look like, and they've just been charred a little bit. I've also used half a white onion, which I've broken into petals. So just cut it into big pieces. Also in my fridge were some mushrooms that were not looking so good. So I've got these. Now in a good vegetables alfrezy, you can use baby corn, you can use broccoli, you can use cauliflower, you can use carrots, beans, whatever you have. And in this lockdown, you know, all the rules are broken, and everything that we knew of how to stick to rules is out the window. So at this time, I urge you to make it with whatever you have going on. Just make it with that, okay? So I had mushrooms and I have bell peppers. The most essential ingredient that you just cannot skimp on is the bell pepper. If you have that, I think you can get away with vegetable tweaks here and there and make substitutions wherever you can. You can use frozen peas, you can use frozen cauliflower, whatever you have. So we're just gonna wait for this garlic to become aromatic. It doesn't have to be brown, it doesn't have to burn, but you'll actually start smelling it. And the first thing that's gonna go in are the mushrooms. So we're just going to give it a quick saute. Now if you're not using potatoes in this dish, it actually goes really fast on a stovetop flame, only because everything is actually pre-cut, and also our sauce is pre-cooked, so it doesn't really take that long. So I'm just going to wait for these mushrooms to get a little bit of color. To this I'm going to add my signature tandoori magic mix. This is from the Queen's Curry Kitchen, and it's easily available on my website www.queenscurrykitchen.com, and there's an order online tab. You can click on that, and there's 3 other blends along with this that you can get. And once you add this, you really don't need any more spices from your masala box. You can just put that and have a nice flavorful aromatic dish. So here's my tandoori mix masala. I'm going to add just a little bit of that to give it a little color and to give a little texture and flavor to my mushrooms. The good thing with this masala is that it already has a little bit of chickpea flour. So when you put it in there, it actually immediately goes and coats the back of the mushrooms or whatever it is that you're cooking with. It coats it immediately. So whether you're going to put it on a grill, whether you're going to deep fry it, whether you're going to bake it, shallow fry, see how well it is coated? Even though there was a little bit of oil, see how well it's coated. Okay, so my mushrooms are looking good right now. I'm going to just put a little bit more oil. Now if this was a restaurant scenario, truly there would just be butter and really no oil at all. And that's how the restaurant dishes really give it the great flavor that they have. Now look at this. If I let this char for a little longer and then probably just put some cilantro, this is a great appetizer dish that you can serve just as it is. Like you can serve it on skewers, you can serve it on toast, you can chop it into finer pieces and make a samosa stuffing out of it. So my spices are really versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. It smells incredible. Like you can literally smell the freshness of the spices. You can smell the garam masala. You can smell the fenugreek. And that's all I've added. I really haven't added anything else yet. Now I'm going to go ahead and add all my bell peppers. So these are my bell peppers that I put in the fridge after sauteing because I just had way too many and didn't know what to do with them. So in any zalfrezi, the bell peppers and these kind of cubes, oh my God, it smells so good. I'm so sorry to be tempting you, but you know what? You have to be here to just experience this thing. This is not food. You know, these are not spices. These are possibilities. If you're even a little bit creative, there is no limit that you can, the amount of exploration and experimentation that you can do with these spices. Okay, so that's that. Now to add a little bit of a zing to it, I'm going to go ahead and add some hot sauce. If you have hot sauce, if you have another favorite sauce that you like, just add a little bit just to wake it up a little bit. I'm also going to add 2 slit green chilies. I usually don't eat heat, but I'm cooking for my sister-in-law's family as well, and they love a little heat in their food. Now just remember, I have not added any salt yet. Okay, so I'm gonna keep letting this caramelize. My wok is really good and it helps to give it a nice even color. I'm just going to coat the walls a little bit. Now if it was the stove top, it would have happened way faster, only because the flame is nice and there's really not that much waiting. Whereas in this, the heat doesn't go along the walls, which is where the maximum charring happens in a wok. Okay, so that's that. Now you can see I have some stuff sticking to the bottom of the pan. You see that right there? The best way to deglaze this, and this is where our magic sauce comes in. Yes, it's the same sauce that we made yesterday together. If you were with me, we made a big batch of sauce, and if you weren't with me, you can drop me a link. I will share the YouTube video of that sauce making so that you can catch up. Okay, so now after being in the fridge for a day, this is what it looks like. You see how thick it is? And I actually took out the concentrated version, so I did not add water or coconut milk and simmer it after that. Alright, so now is the time to hit it with some sauce. This sauce will help to deglaze. I'm putting 4 tablespoons. You can put less or more depending on the consistency of the gravy that you want. I'm also going to put a little bit of water just to help to deglaze it a little bit. And now I'm going to toss this together. So all the liquid from the sauce and the water, little bit of water that I just added, the aromas in here are absolutely mind-blowing. It actually feels like I'm sitting inside a nice Indian restaurant and somebody's going to bring me my meal in a little kadai or a balti. That would be really nice, right? So it has a nice earthy aroma. It has a very robust flavor, but it's also got that sweet note because of the cinnamon and the cloves that we added to our master sauce. Now this is simmering. I'm going to check it for salt. Yes, now it needs the salt. If we had added salt to it when we were sauteing our mushrooms, then they would have released a whole lot of moisture and would not have caught on any color. So be very careful if you're trying to keep your vegetables crisp. Don't add salt early on to your dish. Okay. Yep, that's perfect. It doesn't need anything because of this. I think it takes care of everything. I may add a little more butter to it as we get to the end of the process. And I'm going to add some sugar just to balance the acidity of the tomatoes in the sauce. If you add a hint of sugar, it actually really gives it a nice mouthfeel. So I'm going to let this simmer. It's going to do its thing. I'll be right back with some sugar. you go. Just a little bit. And the finishing touch will come in the form of freshly ground coarse black pepper. That would be our finishing sauce. Now here's the thing, if you have too many vegetables that you're trying to use up, you can make a large quantity of this, use up whatever sauce you need to use up, and use this as a base for your vegetable biryani. So if you have something simmering up like this, add your washed and soaked rice to it, add 2 times the amount of liquid that you need and cover it. You will have a fantastic vegetable pulao at the end of it. If you're trying to make it very Mughlai, which is very North Indian and rich, you can add some cashew paste at this stage. You can add some tomato puree from a can. You can add some heavy whipping cream, and you can take it in that direction. So there's just a lot of possibilities. If you have paneer at home, you can add paneer right now, and you can get a fantastic protein addition to your vegetables. So this is kind of almost done. I'm going to let it simmer and do its thing. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. There will be exclusive content that is going to go on there. You can go on YouTube and look for Queen's Curry Kitchen, and it will send you to my channel. If there are any things in your pantry that you would like to know how to use, definitely send me a message so that I can show you recipes. I can tell you some tips and tricks of how best to use it. Okay, this is going to simmer. I'm going to bring a plate so that we can get ready to serve, and then we'll do the best part, which is the tasting. Okay, it's simmering away really beautifully. In a restaurant scenario, they would add more butter to this at this stage, but you know what? I think that's enough butter for all of us. We don't need any more. I'm also going to add just a little bit of fenugreek leaves. I think I've shown you these a million times. These are dry fenugreek leaves, and they're an herb that add a lot of earthy flavor to your North Indian dishes. And before using them, just crush it in the palm of your hand. It's the abracadabra of Indian food, if you will. Okay. Now, if you didn't want to add any sauce, you could just add the tandoori magic spice blend, add some salt, add some lemon juice, and it could be a quick stir fry as well. You can put rice in it and make fried rice. Use leftover rice like that. For something like this, you can use rotis and make wraps. Okay, so this is the final stage, and I'm going to add coarsely ground black pepper. You can see this is really, it's home ground like all my other spices. And it's pretty coarse, right? So it gives you a nice bite to it. There isn't that much heat. There's a slight bit of sugar in it. If you want, you can add ginger juliennes. I'm just trying to conserve and preserve whatever I have, so I try not to be excessive, but we have to think about the other family that we have to send food to. So I try to keep it interesting, and I try to offer variety. Okay. Now, the best part, which is the, oh, I don't want the chili. I don't want the green chili. No, 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 baby. Okay, so this is going to simmer and reduce, and that was your easy peasy vegetables alfrezy. The aromas in this kitchen right now are absolutely fantastic, if you ask me. No, Jennifer, I actually always prefer to cook with sea salt. That's a very good question. I always prefer to cook with sea salt, but I just don't have any more. I'm all out of it, and when my husband went food shopping, this is the only thing he found. So we're just making do with what we have. I never cook with iodized sea salt. I always cook with Himalayan pink salt, or then I cook with sea salt. Even for my pickles, etc., that's what I prefer. A quick hello to Dina, a quick hello to Monica, and everybody else who's tuned in. Jyoti, Bisht, Karishma, Lavina, Jennifer, hi. Tej, thank you so much for tuning in. Jyoti Bhatia Gupta, Shimono Chakraborty, Anupriya, hi there, everybody. All right, so we're coming to the best part, which is Like I said, if you have paneer, put paneer. Oh my god, it's going to be sensational with paneer. I just needed to give it some time to cool off. You can see the gravy is nice and thick, and it's actually coated everything. Okay. And so the vegetables are still crunchy. It still has a bite to it. It's not mushy, which is what you want. There is a bit of a crunch, but it's well cooked. There is no raw flavor in it. The onion is also still crunchy, but it's well cooked. And the curry, so aromatic and so flavorful. You can actually taste the layers of the garlic. I don't taste the butter though, but also my sense of smell is a little compromised. Taslima ji, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Queen's Curry Kitchen. We're at the final stage when we're tasting vegetables Alfrezi. So here's the mushroom. I would have personally liked it to be a little more charred. This works too, I'm not complaining. It's absolutely buttery soft. According to my taste, the gravy is a little too salty for me. But that's also because the pre-made sauce had salt in it. So I would be careful of calibrating that, and I might make it a little more wet by adding a little more sauce so that the salt can be balanced out. But yep, that's what it looks like. So you can see I finished everything that was on my plate pretty much. And there's not that much heat in the dish, which is great. But if you liked what you saw, feel free to share this video with your friends or start a watch party on your Facebook page. And if you want to place your orders for Mother's Day, when you want to share these spices, I was just gonna sneeze from the spices. If you want to share the cookbook with your mother or your sister or your sister-in-law or somebody you know that you can't be with but you want to show them you care, definitely consider placing your order for the cookbook or the spice kits from www.queenscurrykitchen.com. Like always, thank you, and thank you. I cannot thank you enough for coming and joining me every day. It really gives me a purpose to wake up and be here, because I know I have to spend time with all of you wonderful people who are waiting to see me just as I am waiting to see you. So like always, please be safe, stay indoors. I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of prayers for your protection and healing. If there's anybody who's sick in your family, I'm sending prayers for their quick recovery. I hope this will be over soon. We're all hanging in there, but thank you so much for joining me. Namaste and have a wonderful day. I hope you will give this recipe a try. Do let me know how it turned out. Until tomorrow, take care and goodbye.